It's going to be so incredible to get all of these women finally together and finally connect them. You know, I did start a private Facebook group for just the 50 and myself, so we've been able to communicate a little bit through there. But it's going to be really great to see everybody come together, because I have women who are, you know, small business owners and big business owners, and they all have the same mission of helping each other, and I'm so excited to get them together and see who connects and who helps each other.
Yeah, who becomes friends.
Yeah.
The opinions expressed in the following program are those of the producer and not necessarily those of WKTV Community Media.
Hello, West Michigan. This is Grand Tap Media Business TV. My name is Pamela Keim, your host. The spirit of the show is to introduce West Michigan to all the businesses, nonprofits, individuals that can help us thrive in our lives. We have a great guest today. This guest went from being a nurse to starting her own business. She had like a side hustle. She did stuff on the side, and she realized that she could turn it into a business, and then she took that business and she connected to people in the community, mostly women, and then she helped update their profiles, and she made them feel beautiful, and she started this event. And what she's doing is she's going to share all about it, what this event's going to do, how this is promoting some of the female leaders in our community, and how she's becoming quite the rock star in the networking world. I want to welcome to the show Heather Mahoney.
Hello.
Great. All right. So thank you for being here. We were connected to Leslie, who was just on my show. We'll share more about that. But she was telling me all about what you're doing in the community and how you went from working for the Veterans Administration to turning your side hustle, your photography, into a business. And now you're out there at networking events, promoting, and you have this great event coming up that we're dying to share on our show today.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right, let's just start off what I want to say. Can you, starting your business, why did you turn your like side hustle or something you were making extra money on, helping in your gift that you have in photography into a business these days?
Yeah, when I was kind of given this opportunity when I for long story, but was ending my full-time nursing career at the Veterans Health Administration. So I felt like I was kind of given an opportunity to do something and give back, and I wanted to get involved more in the community. And I was thinking, how am I going to do that? I have to find a way to get involved and get connected to all these amazing women. So I decided to do a project, a campaign, if you will, where I photographed 50 influential women in the community.
Really? Okay, so what made you decide to do that? Did you realize that having your gift of being a photographer, that you could see that women really, you know, they don't always feel pretty. They need a really good professional pictures for their business or whatever they were promoting. Can you share a little bit why you got towards that direction?
Yeah, I've always, when I've done a session before, families or seniors or headshots, the feedback that I always receive is, you know, you made me feel so comfortable, and I didn't know how it was going to go, and I was afraid, but you know, you made me feel good and pretty, and the pictures are amazing. So I just decided that I needed to find a way to help more people.
Right, and that is true. And then you started your business. You went into networking, which you have to do when you start an LLC. You got to connect. You started meeting women, all right, and then you started taking pictures of them, right? You probably took pictures. Did you take pictures at the event, or you just when you went to events?
No.
Nope. So you just connected with them and helped them.
Just connected with them, and then I was offering them a complimentary session as I'm featuring all of the great things they're doing in the community.
And so how did it lead to this upcoming event? Because this is a big deal.
Yeah.
You took 50 women. How were they nominated? And then, you know, share how that went.
Yeah, so other women in the community, other women in business nominated them, other women that saw the great things that they're doing, how they're lifting each other up and inspiring each other, and that's what I wanted to highlight. So bringing all of it together at the end and doing this celebration is just a way to get everybody to connect and see how we can, lift each other up and help each other. I'm a firm believer in collaboration.
Yes, yes.
Not competition. So
We like to see it. We realize how important that is, because you have something I need, and I could give you something. Does that make sense? You just want to.
yeah, even if it's just support or brainstorming together, having coffee together, seeing how you can help one another.
Exactly. So this event that's coming up is called Rising Together, correct?
Yes, that's the project. That's the name of the entire project.
It's the
So
name
it's
of
going to be our
project.
celebration.
Yes. And where is it going to be held?
We are going to have it at Amore on Alpine.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Now is Jenna? the
Jenna,
owner?
of course, is one of the 50 women. She's incredible, as everybody
Yes.
knows.
I've had her on my show. She's incredible, and she's everywhere.
Yeah.
So she's got that unique kind of personality that kind of stays in your mind.
Yes, she
And-
does.
All right, so you're gonna do this. So name me a couple other ones. I know a lot of them, but for our audience, so some of the name me about 3 or 4 that are considered the top 50 that is going to be presented at this event.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I mean, there's there's 50. So we have, Caitlin Scott, Mary Gunther, Gracie Harkema, Jessica Crosby, Jennifer Firestein. I could go on and on.
Okay, and so what does this entail? So they were nominated. They had been giving back to the community. So they came in, and how did you get that process going?
Yeah, even if they were just, a support system for their group of peers, they were nominated. Just somebody who is supportive and has the same mission that I did with collaboration. So I would, they were nominated, and then I would call them, and we probably would spend 20, 30 minutes or more on the phone and getting to know each other. And of course, I would do a little bit of social media stalking to see what they're up to.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then we would get together, and I would do their complimentary photo session. And
Were they excited when
Oh my gosh, yes.
You're the top. You're going to be in the top 50. You're
Yeah.
going to be at this event.
Well, it's very exciting because
highlighted.
with all of this, I've also created a coffee table book. So each woman has their own spread in a coffee table book that is available for purchase.
Oh my goodness, that is so cool. I would yes. Well, I had a cousin send me one from a vacation we went to.
Oh, fun.
And then she sent me this in the mail. I opened it up, and I was just like, oh my God, this is so cool. And I cherish it. I'd say it's, and my coffee table.
Yes.
And everybody's like, where was this? I'm like, oh, this was a trip I went on. And you just went through it, and it just had these beautiful pictures.
Well, now through the May 29th, which is the night of the celebration, now through that evening, a portion of the proceeds will go benefit one of the local nonprofits, which will be chosen the night of the celebration.
Okay, and how's that going to be decided? I mean, no, you have a committee, or is it you that's going to decide?
I am actually going to draw a name out of the fishbowl because it's going to be way too hard to decide. They're all deserving. So when they come to the event, I'm just going to have something where people can write it down.
Okay.
We'll put it in a fishbowl, and we'll have somebody non-biased and random just draw it.
And is it by invitation only? Is it tickets? Do you need sponsors? How does this for this event? How far along are you?
Well, it just started where I was going to have the event just for the 50 women. But then I was realizing that, I would like my loved ones to be there to kind of see what has been going on, and I'm sure everybody else does as well.
Right.
So it is open to the public.
Okay.
It's gonna be cozy. It's gonna be kind of a standing room type of event, an open house where you can come in and you can see the book, you can meet the women, and just mingle.
Yeah. Okay. And where? So it's going to be on what date? Did you say?
May 29th. It's a Thursday.
Oh God, that is coming up, isn't it?
It is.
Are you nervous? Is this the first? Is this? I know you've been at events, but this is the first one you are like you're kind of emceeing it, right?
Yeah. Yes,
And
I
you
guess
have
so.
to, you probably have a mic and all of that.
I will have to get one.
Yes, you will.
Because I don't talk very loud, so I'll have to get one.
Well, all right. So let's talk about your business. We talk about this event. It's very important, and I think there's going to be a lot of people there that I will know, and it's going to be kind of exciting. All right. So let's talk about your business. You help women get those professional pictures.
Yeah.
Well, so what do they say when they come into your studio? I just want to know. I never know what we're just discussing this. What pose do I don't know what to do. So then I do nothing. which I need to update my stuff, and I'm like, I don't know, where should I?
Well, all too often I hear women say that. They all say, gosh, I really need to get headshots done. I really need to do that. But they don't do it. They put it off because they feel like they look awkward, or, as women, we are our own worst critics, and we're never really happy with how we look, right?
Correct.
So people, they just put it off, and once I get them in the studio, it even starts before that when we have conversation, try to help them kind of overcome that and feel a little bit more confident and at ease, and know that I'm going to be there to make them feel comfortable. Once we get into the studio, I guide them with poses that are flattering to them or their body style.
Okay.
Try to help them with natural expression so it feels more real to them and not just a fake smile saying cheese.
Now you get the ones that you need maybe your best look, your professional.
Mm-hmm.
Now should you include in this? Do you coach them to like, all right, maybe something fun?
I do, yeah. I tell them usually I like at least 3 outfits. Something that is their favorite, something that is professional that they would use, maybe for a business card or something like that, and then something fun, just something that they wouldn't normally do. Just kind of step out of the box a little bit, and then they can see all of the images and they can decide. So I always tell them, look, if you don't love the image, get rid of it. We don't have to do anything with it.
Right, and they're able to see that. You're like, I don't, so, okay, so whenever I'm doing, let's just say I'm at an event, maybe you can give me a tip. We're at an event, where should your face, should it be more to the side? Because everybody wants to have a good photo of them with their networking friends, or they're at something. And I always struggle and say, should I be looking, does that make sense? Where should you be? And where should your hands? Like, we got our hands here.
Yeah, that's
is
a
it
big
okay?
one.
I mean, what is the?
That's it. The hands is a huge one. I mean, because nobody knows what to do. I mean, and I understand, because you don't want. What I always tell people is whatever's closest to the camera is going to kind of look the largest. So it's kind of better to keep things in line. So even if you're sitting like this and you have your hands here, if you're doing something close up, you obviously want your hands included because you don't want your arms to appear like they have been cut off.
Yeah.
Something just real natural. I usually tell women just to pretend, just do something. I know it looks and sounds weird right now on video, but even just to do something like this, because then it just gives them more of a natural.
So this is okay?
Yeah, not really like that. Just real gentle with your fingers, like you have a little fuzz ball in there.
Okay. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Good standing. Well, and you don't want to look fake, and then you don't want to look like you're, trying to be a fashion model. I think there's a fine line. Do you ever notice that? I see this all the time. It's like you want to. Some women come across as they're trying to be an influencer.
Right.
When you're trying to make. I always try when I'm doing photos. We've talked about that, and we're talking from my phone, so we're not talking good pixels right here. But I try to make people at ease, and I want them to look their best.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on the profession. Some professions having a superposed model look is appropriate. Some are not. It really depends.
What do you think that one of the biggest mistakes when you see with people, when you're looking at people, like you say, you do your research on people, you look these people up. What are you noticing that you see that they could really improve on when it comes to their photos that they put out to the public?
Professional lighting, for sure.
Is it okay?
Yeah, I think that is one of the biggest things.
All right. So, and I would think you're probably right, because I always worry about these lightings.
Yeah.
And then when I'm in the editing room, helping out editing, the good thing.
Have you noticed that when we're in the car and the sun is shining just right, we're tempted to take a selfie, right?
Yes. Is there a reason? Because
the light is beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I come into the studio, what I look like in my bathroom, and when I come here and look, I'm just like, oh, does that make sense?
It 100% makes sense. Yeah, because shadows fall a certain way. So if the lighting is not right, it can give you some unflattering shadows that we don't want.
Can you smile too intense? I mean, no. I mean,
I don't
because all of
think
us
so.
women need to smile because we want to seem warm and engaging and to the friendly. But sometimes I worry. Sometimes I look at my own photos. I go, did I have to smile so bright? Is that like an issue?
No, I think if it feels natural to you, you should smile as big as you want.
So you can't do it too. You can't.
Not if it feels natural to you. If you're trying to force it, then it might not look as natural.
Now you do events.
So the events that I do are for women in
client.
business. Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Engage. We talked about this. They're engaging.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So if, for example, you were an author or a speaker, and you were doing a show, then I could come and photograph you in your own element while you're interacting and engaging with your clients to kind of show people what you really do.
Okay, and I think that's really, really important. And
Yeah.
then probably meetings, right? To say you have maybe people have boards, or they've served on boards. And
Yes.
I'm on the YMCA board, and I'm on the Creators Club of Michigan board on that one. But I think it would be really good. I like getting pictures of the leadership
Yeah.
engaging.
Exactly.
Is that like,
Well,
and
yeah.
I'm just doing it with my phone. And I could, but what happens when you blow those up, they don't have as much, the pixels.
Right. The pixels are,
They're not as,
the quality is not very good.
no, people don't realize that until I've done that before. I mentioned that.
Yeah.
Then I get it blown up, and then all of a sudden I'm like, that looks, sometimes you don't see the blurriness until
Right.
you make it bigger.
And composition as well with photography. Composition meaning so cropping. So like on your iPhone, if you're going to crop something out, or an angle, that's kind of composition in photography. And that can play a big role too, because then you want to make sure that you're getting the right angle to make you look flattering,
Yeah.
as well as capture everything that's going on around you.
I mean, when they're with you and you're trying to make, is it true that you're trying to make them feel,
Yeah.
you're most beautiful,
Yeah.
and you have all of this, your success or skill or whatever. How are you coaching? What does that look like? That to get them to ease and get that shot, like that favorite, this is, where people are
Right.
like, because you really want
Right.
the wow, like, oh man, I didn't even know I could look this good.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I think that, like I said, we are our own worst critics, and we never ever give ourselves enough credit. And I think it's just good to have a conversation about, look at the things you've done, look at what you've accomplished, and more importantly, look at how you're helping others. And
Okay.
I think when we can remind ourselves of that just kind of, we have an inner glow that comes out.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I do enjoy when people, when people get that out of me.
Yeah.
It's just, and I have a tendency to smile sometimes too intense. But I'm the worst critic on that one. All right, so let's get back to some of the questions that we had on here.
Sure.
All right, so give me some of your memorable moments of success and stories you've had in past events.
Well, I think, this project alone has been my most memorable. It has been incredibly inspiring. Every woman that I talked to, when I started this project, it was so small, and everybody that I had talked to motivated me, inspired me. They've taught me things all along the way. I've cried, I've laughed, I've made good friends. It's been quite a memorable journey.
I would say that would probably be it. Okay, and what makes this event unique compared to some of the other? I've been to many events throughout but what makes it the event coming up so unique?
It's going to be so incredible to get all of these women finally together and finally connect them. I did start a private Facebook group for just the 50 and myself, so we've been able to communicate a little bit through there. But it's going to be really great to see everybody come together, because I have women who are, small business owners and big business owners, and they all have the same mission of helping each other, and I'm so excited to get them together and see who connects and who helps each other.
Yeah, who becomes friends?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
That's kind of that's the uniqueness of it. You get
Yeah.
them all together. They're all Is there the top 50? But there's not going to be like no voting. This is it. This is just
Yeah,
basically
yep.
promoting
Yep.
the people that made the top 50.
Yeah, just highlighting everything that they've been doing in the community.
And what else about the event that you would like to share that I maybe haven't brought up that you wanted to share with the audience?
I think, as we mentioned, it's going to be May 29th at Amore. It's going to be from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Just an open house style, so you can come in. You can order a drink if you'd like at the cash bar. You can help support Amore Restaurant, meet the women, take a look at the book, purchase the book.
Oh, so each one can purchase their own,
Yeah.
or you have the whole 50 in a book, right?
Yes, I have all 50 women with their own spread in an 8x8 hardcover coffee table style book. And there will be a QR code that evening there, so if you would like to purchase the book, you can. And as I mentioned, a portion of those proceeds will benefit one of the local nonprofits.
I'm kind of curious of what nonprofit's going to make it.
Me
through
too. I'm
there.
so excited to see.
There's so many good nonprofits in West Michigan.
Yeah.
And then, as soon as I learn about, and there's some I haven't even learned.
Yeah.
And then I have them on my show, and I'm like, I had no idea that you do. Because the name doesn't really tell the whole story.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
On that one.
Yeah.
And when I look at your story, I would have, I'm not, you would invite, I would have, just
Yeah.
what if you sat there and you shared this, like, yeah, I'm having this event and it's going to be 50, amazing women that were picked and whatever. Of course, I knew some of these women, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, and I'm going to give it, really? I'm like, yeah, because Jenna who owns Amore,
Yeah.
is an incredible woman.
She is, yes.
And then to have that, it's like, look, this is going to be an annual event, right?
That's my plan. Yeah, I absolutely, because it's been so wonderful, and there's so many women out there deserving of this.
Well, that is so true.
Yeah.
All right, and is there what else in your company or your photography business? Did I cover everything? Is there anything else that you would like to share?
Yeah.
Of services that you do offer.
Yeah, I mean, don't let the name, women in business. I do photograph men. I photograph families and seniors. I am just starting a new project where I will be highlighting healthcare workers in the community. I figured after leaving my nursing career, it would be fitting if I give back to that community. So there's more to come on that later, but that is.
And what would that look like? You just wanted, maybe the unsung heroes, and
Yeah.
what does that look like?
I mean, all healthcare workers are heroes, so
Right.
That's tough. I'm looking for healthcare givers that are going above and beyond. And don't get me wrong, I know they all go above and beyond as every day as part of their normal job. But maybe people that have stepped out of the hospital, trying to start their own business.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Yes.
giving back to the community and showing support. So those are the type of healthcare givers that I'm looking for.
Yeah, and I think that being part of nursing, I know that we just talked before we, aired, before we started recording this interview, is that I know a lot of friends that have been in it, or they want something more friendly for their lifestyle. They may have children, so they're going more into the home, which a lot of people want to stay home. You can understand that.
Yeah.
And then something happens in their life, and they get all these meds, and when to take them, when's best to take them.
Yeah.
Is that? I mean, there's a lot of women, a lot of nurses that go in
Yes.
and say, look,
yeah.
let me help manage this, and once you get this down, because everything, I guess, don't take this on an empty stomach. I get this all the time. It's like, take that, you better take that don't take that on an empty stomach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. We all will need that assistance some days.
What's the most surprising thing that's, since you started your LLC, your business, your photography, what is the most thing that you've encountered that you're like, didn't realize owning an LLC, or how, especially with photography, because it is something that pictures last forever. And you could do I always tell people that image and who you're with at an event, taking a photo, could pay off later down the road. Like, you connect with people on LinkedIn, and people are like, oh, wow, this is a cool picture. I mean, anything you'd like to share there?
Yeah, I agree. I think what I have found is connection is really the most important thing. Because you can't just sit at home and sit behind a computer, and
Right.
at least not in my line of work. I think that building relationships is most important.
Well, I think too, when it comes to photography, you make me look fabulous, beautiful. I always say that to Tyler, make me look the best in this interview, right?
Yeah.
Whenever I hand somebody my phone, I said, make me look the best.
right.
We all want to look
We
the
all
best,
do.
right?
Yes.
But if you make me feel beautiful
Yeah.
and fabulous, I mean, I'll never forget
And
it.
that's why I love what I do.
All right, so we're going to be wrapping this up. Is there anything else that we didn't cover that you'd like to share?
No, just thank you for having me, and I hope that everybody can come out and meet everybody at Amore on May 29th. I think that would be really great.
And how can they reach you to hire you? Like, maybe they're looking at their website,
Yeah.
saying, I need to up my picture. I just told you I need to do the same.
We do,
right?
yeah.
Update my pictures, and then you're going to help direct me on what best ones to. That's the big
Absolutely.
question.
I can even help you with your outfits.
Okay, that'll be great. What's my great color? Because I have my favorites, but is that the best
Right.
when you're taking pictures?
Right.
and people are like, so all right, so you can help with that.
Yeah.
But anything else, you did share where to find you, right?
Yeah, you can find me at heathermahoneyphotography.com. That's my website, or even on Facebook at Heather Mahoney Photography.
I want to thank Heather Mahoney
thank
for
you
being
so much.
here. And you can learn more about the event on your website, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
And then come out and meet Jenna, meet all the fabulous women that are going to be there, because you probably are, when you get there, you probably are going to know somebody. Is that right?
Guaranteed.
All right. This is Pamela Keim from Grand Media. We will catch you next time. Take care, everyone.
Bye.